Sometimes I think my identity begins in small gestures, like setting my hair in curlers. It isn't a question, and it isn't meant to provoke anyone. It is a pause, a quiet moment where I can breathe without explaining who I'm supposed to be. Here, in my room, far from the eyes that judge and categorize, I let myself exist without apology. In these minutes of silence, the world narrows to the soft pull of each curler and the fine hum of my own thoughts. And that simplicity feels like a rare kind of freedom. I know that outside, the way I look and subtlest people, they say a man shouldn't get red like this. My, my body and my face carry a story only I can tell. A story that refuses to shrink itself just to make others more comfortable. I don't want to fit into a shape I never choose. I prefer this fragile, honest instant, where the mirror reflects someone I'm finally learning to understand. Someone who doesn't need to hide behind expectations or rehearsed expressions just to be allowed to exist. My identity isn't a word. Even if it sometimes feels like one, it is a process, a shifting landscape with peaks of clarity and valleys of doubt. And this stillness, in this soft light, I remind myself that being who I am is already enough, even when the world insists it shouldn't be. Maybe the struggle isn't proof of weakness, but proof that I'm still moving, still growing, still learning to claim a space that was always mine, even if I had to learn it slowly.
I speak from this small living room beside the two women who share my history, my language, and my difference. I can feel how the world has shaped the way others look at us. People rarely see three women. They see three bodies that do not match the idea of what a woman is supposed to look like. And living with that gaze, day after day, become a kind of weight you learn to carry quietly. Here in this room, the lamps glow warmly, the furniture grows around us. The familiar scent of home softens the edge of that weight. Yet, even in this domestic comfort, I am aware of how easily we are misunderstood. Many think our lives are defined by limitation, but in truth, our lives are defined mostly by the persistence of being seen as other. As we sit together, I feel a mixture of strength and vulnerability. Strength because the three of us share a bond born from navigating a world that often stares before it listens. Vulnerability because I know that the moment anyone steps into this room, their gaze will try to classify us before knowing anything about who we are, what we think, or what we dream of. But sitting here, I remind myself that we are not symbol of strangeness. We are women with memories, humor, exhaustions, desires, and dignity. Our side is only a part of our story, not the definition of it. In this quiet moment, I choose to hold myself a kind of still defiance. I am here, I am exist fully, and my presence, shared with these two women beside me, is enough to challenge the simple narrative others try to place upon us.
I feel melancholic. I remember that reality few dare to even think about. The one many try to hide the speed it having always been before or standardize. We don't want to believe or see the fantastical madness, the immoral, the unique, that takes refuge in the darkness, what longs to be understood and recovered within protected hands. Perhaps what is beautiful, natural, normal, and stable is not always what is common. There is an entire world out there. We just need to let our minds open beyond what we are used to. Because at times, it is just one person who raises you and helps you stay a wall, with hands intertwined. Resilience. No matter the circumstance you find yourself in, there is always a way to move forward.